Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you this clip-on plant light. Now, I was reached out by this company right here, and they asked me if I would do a review of their product. And the only reason, or well, I guess there's two reasons that I decided to do this. One, it was because it is lighting related, so it's definitely relevant to this channel. And two, because I thought all of you might be interested in seeing it. So let's go ahead and start by taking a look around the packaging here. You can see their logo here on the side. On the front, you can see exactly what the product is. We can see we have a clip with 3 of the lights on it, LED plant grow lights. On the side we have that. Basic packaging, but I like that actually. And some information, specs on this particular unit here. It is 27 watts. I believe they also make a 2-lamp version of this, but they sent me the 3-lamp version, which is a little more money, I'm guessing. So let's go ahead and open this up. I do like the simplicity of the packaging. You know, you don't need anything too overly done. So inside, we're greeted with some items. Here we have a USB power adapter, so, oh yeah, this is powered by USB. So let's open that up. And inside of the bag we have a 5-volt, 3000 milliamp adapter. Wow. Okay, so definitely for powering this. Set that bag out of the way, else it's going to blow away or something. And here we have the cord, and we do have some different modes on it here. And then the fixture itself, and some type of a manual. Now, just like with the flame bulbs, I haven't opened this, so it's a first experience for me as well. So let's go ahead and see what this has to say. Okay, so there's all the information about how to use, excuse me, the buttons here, and more information on the back. So, I didn't get to read all of that, so we'll experiment with it a little bit. And if I get confused, I will stop the camera and take a look at it for myself. So, we have the unit here, which is quite big for, well, my little camera area. But it is all bubble wrapped. Take off the end here. Oh, it's a metal clamp. That's nice. It's not plastic. Take off more bubble wrap. And this looks kind of difficult to come off. So there's one of the lights. So I'll go ahead and take off the other 2. So now that that is off, that was a little difficult to get off. It looks like we have some type of plastic here. Now it goes down into the part down here, so that's going to be kind of hard to get out. And we have another one. I'm sure you'd probably want to remove these plastic strips because they probably cover up some of the UV that these LEDs produce for your plant, but that's kind of a little annoying having the plastic stick out there. At least I like everything looking you know, really nice, so I'll just rip it off the best I can, move all this stuff out of the way, and now let's take a look at the LEDs themselves. So we obviously have 3 LED sticks or wands or whatever you want to call them here, and it looks like we have both blue and red LEDs in there. Excuse me. And they alternate, so that is good. You get a nice mixture, and it looks like all of them are the same pattern inside at least. And everything is made of metal, which I am very surprised. I thought it would be plastic or something to that nature. If we move on down here, we can see our clamp. Ooh, that's pretty strong. And how they are all mounted. Of course, we have the wires here, and then they come together in this unit and go to our thing here. And we do have a cord that is longer if we take this off. There. So it looks like you get about a 4-foot cord on this, just rough estimation of what we have. So I have my little adapter here. I'll plug in their adapter, just like that, and we'll plug it in like this. Now I'm not sure if this thing is on, so let's go ahead and try turning it on to start, just to get an idea what's going on here. Okay, I'm assuming this thing's off. So now that I have it plugged into an outlet, we can continue. Here we have the remote, which is all lit up, and let's go ahead and start off with the power button. If we hit it, we'll start off with 3 of the lights lit up. Hit it again and we'll have 2, and then 1, and we'll have them all off. So let's turn it back on. If we want to change the color, I'm holding this upside down, we can hit this cycle button here. So now we have the red wavelength, and red and blue, and just blue. Now if you're wondering what the wavelengths are, they do have them on their pamphlet here, and they're listed right there, of course with the graph and other information as well. So those are the wavelengths of these LEDs, supposedly. Anyway, let's go back to our remote here. We'll turn it back on. Oops. And then let's get all colors up. Now if you want to change the brightness, because I believe this is full brightness, if you press it, you can see it's slightly getting dimmer. And then there's like really dim. And then it'll slowly brighten back up. So it doesn't have a harsh back from dim to bright, it'll just do it. And if you hold it down, it'll do it slowly, which I thought was interesting. I read that in the manual while I took a break to plug the thing in. I thought I would read a little bit about this manual here and how to use the remote correctly. So we'll dim it down a little bit so it's a little easier on our eyes. And we have a timer function. So if we hit that, the 3-hour time will start, and then it'll turn off after 3 hours, 6 hours, so then it'll turn off after 6 hours, and 12 hours, and it'll turn off after 12 hours. So if you hit it again, that'll all turn off, and then it'll just stay constantly on. Now, it should remember, and it did. Let's turn it off again, and we know that it's on dim, and we want all the lights on, so let me unplug it, and we'll let it sit for a second. Let's plug it back in. Let's turn it on. And it looks like they're all back to their normal beginning state there. But if we do leave it how we want it, and then we don't unplug it, so let's say you want it, you know, dim like that or something, and we turn it off, and whatever, and you turn it back on, it remembers at least. So that's nice. I'm going to go ahead and clip this on something so we can give a little more example of it. So I have it clipped onto the table here, and you can see that you can direct them in different areas or for individual plants. You can turn these if you'd like them to be, you know, directed at an angle, but I'm just having them straight down for the time being and just spread them out a little bit like so. And the clip, I noticed, it does need to be on a, you know, pretty solid surface. If it's too thin, it doesn't really hold it very well. So something nice and thick, like this table, works perfectly. And we'll go ahead and put the camera on the tripod here so that I can go through the cycles for you now that we have kind of a colorful background. Let's turn off that light, and we'll turn off the other one over here too. And we have some sunlight coming in from outside. So you have an idea of that. So we'll turn it on, and you can see how it affects all of the colors on the towel here, how it enhances some and not so much others. Now this setting has all of the LEDs on, both the red and the green. So here's just, not the red and the green, the red and the blue. And here's just the blue and just the red, and then we're back to both. Now if we do the dimming, you can get it pretty dim, and you can see there's not much of an effect there. And then we'll slowly brighten it up. Now at this location I don't have any plants, unfortunately, to use it with at this time, so that's why I thought using it here as the towel as an example. Obviously it's not green, and I don't seem to have anything that is green around, but now that we know that it definitely works and will get the job done, it does have the correct colors and everything for plant growth, so pretty nice. And I'm really surprised that it's actually metal in most parts than plastic. I was expecting plastic. The last thing that I am wondering about is if this thing can be powered from a battery power supply. So let's go ahead and try that out. I do have one of them, and it's sitting right here. So this is the power supply that we will try. That's the information on the bottom of this particular one. So let's go ahead and plug it into the 2.1 amp one. And it does say that it is powering it. So let's see what happens if we use a power bank. Now, that doesn't say anything about this in the instructions, but I'm just curious if we can. And it looks like we can. So you can definitely get them all on with all the colors. Now, probably at full brightness, it's a little much. Yeah, this is one step below full brightness right here. So it looks like you can power it off of an external power bank if you do wish. However, you'd probably be charging this thing quite a bit. I don't really know how much this unit draws, but it does work. Overall, it seems to be a pretty nice product and pretty nice construction. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and also please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.